Namaste, Taurus. This is your how to transcend reading. Okay, these set of readings that I'm doing is to aid humanity um, to transcend to higher frequencies. Okay, it's easier said than done. Okay, but nonetheless, it is gonna be said. Okay, and only the fittest of the fit, will survive. The race is not for the swift, but only those who can endure to the very end. So for you, you're a fixed frequency Taurus, and you represent traditions. Okay, um, what's being considered as the norms of society. And no wonder you're fixed, because like though norms and traditions, they do change, because change is the only thing that's constant. Their stability is a much longer lasting stability. Okay, their structures, their rules last way longer than um even the other fixed frequencies do, even Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. You feel me? um so you're like the most fixed of the fixed frequencies. Okay, and none of the mutable or cardinal frequencies last as long as you. And so people, bearing strong Taurus frequencies tend to be very fixed. Okay, in their beliefs, in how they communicate to people, in how people perceive them, because how you relate to people affects how people relate to you. So I'm seeing you need to change your you need to I'm not going to say change. You need to reevaluate from a non-biased basis your values and what it is you really believe in. And that could be in a spiritual sense, whether a religious sense, or the relationship that you have with the spiritual realm. You need to reevaluate that. Um if Be honest with yourself. This is you and yourself. And where you see there is a need to transform something, then do it. I'm seeing some of you really need to like change, evaluate your friend circle, your associates. Okay, and some of these could also be family members, people you've known from foundation, since youthful days, since childhood days. Some of these, because like a little leaven does leaven up the whole lump. And so the people you're surrounded by, they affect how you project yourself to the world and how you're eventually perceived by the world. So you need to evaluate your friend circle. Okay, you need to because you need to understand your child more, or your children more, because children help you to loosen up. Though they're Leo frequency, like I said, it's fixed, but in certain aspects where children are concerned, they're not fixed Leo frequency, but it's just the youthfulness and the vibrancy that they possess. And you need to communicate more with children to help you to relax more and let go. Stop being so fixed. Okay, you're an earth frequency. On top of that, you're fixed, and you represent traditions. You need to just breathe, which is just let go and try to go with the flow. Children can help you to pull onto that Aquarius wavelength of that Aquarius Leo frequency. Okay. Also, some of you need to reevaluate how you perceive your lover. Okay, try to understand your lover more, your spouse. Okay. um Change your perspectives or what you believe marriage to be, or evaluate, because like you're fixed on a dogma of what you think a marriage or a relationship should be. Also, try to understand your local people more. Okay. um some of you can tend to be a bit too greedy or too relaxed. You need to shift yourself out of that frequency. Not all of you. Okay, because sometimes there are other aspects that counteract certain aspects of that Taurus frequency, but you need to Allow yourself to see things from a different point of view at times. Okay, it doesn't hurt. Okay, some of you, you need to, I see where you need to value black people more. You need to value your local people more, because a lot of you, you tend to have this fixed um obsession for foreigners, and that's the truth. Okay, and sometimes you tend to not value, especially like if you're from the black community, you tend to not really value black people's perspective. Okay, if you're from the white community, like it can be the same. Okay, so you got to balance the skills. It's okay loving, people who are different, liking differences. That's okay. Opposites attract. That's cool. But you have to ensure that it's not from an unhealthy perspective. Okay, like you think all locals are criminals. That's not true. Or you think all black people are criminals. That's not true. I've had horrible experiences with black people, but I still believe that they're good ones. Whether or not I want to get involved with them, I still believe they're good ones. Okay, so you need to, like, you know, uh, also some of you, you need to, the way in which you talk, uh, to your friends and associates, the way in which you talk to people, you need to be more understanding. Um, you need to, think before you speak. Okay, you need to be more open, talk your mind, but you gotta balance what you say and make sure you say this out of love and understanding, and not to be combative, not to be argumentative, not to win an argument, because life is not about winning. It's about, experiencing and learning. Okay, the race is not for the swift, but those who will endure to the very end. So like I said, you need to change your perspective on how you communicate, on how you relate to your spouse, on how you see love, communication, relationships. Okay, even your children. Okay, stop being so hard on them. Um, some of you do. Sometimes you need to, like, change your ego sometimes, because sometimes you're too fixed dressing, or just carrying yourself one particular way because you're a fixed earth frequency. So you need to just, like, just try different ways of dressing, or whatnot. And this is just gonna really change how people see you. Okay, you got to be able to be like a chameleon, because you know there are different people out there. Not that we're doing things to appease people, but you know um sometimes you feel like you're not understood by people, but that's because you're too fixed in your demeanor, in your presentation. And so you got to let people know that you've got depths to you as well. Okay, it helps them to open up to you. Talk more caring, and compassion. You need to use more compassionate communication, okay, to your children. Okay, so they're not that fearful of you. Okay, weigh your words before you say them. Think before you speak. I also said that. um Talk your desires and communicate with your spouse rather than gossip. Okay, change the way you perceive people who are different. Try to understand them. Stop being so obsessed with what you're used to being the norm. Okay, and so people see you as a more, what do you call it, um relaxing frequency to come into and communicate with you. Stop hiding your feelings so much. You need to show people that you have feelings. Okay, you are also fear. You are just. Okay, so when I say don't hide your feelings, I don't mean like going all ham on people. I mean, like, let people know that You're also caring and compassionate and empathic, okay? Or empathetic, okay? Stop being so obsessive about a certain uh, physique. Okay, some of you, like, you're fixed in a lot of things, Taurus. So, like, even what you consider beauty to be, you're fixed in that area. Okay? Yeah, don't think that you know everything. You need to, some of you need to, step away from that uh chain of thought. Nobody knows everything. Nobody. Okay? So only God. Don't be thinking you God. Okay? Okay, so you need to, you need to, yeah, change what you see affluence to be. Stop being obsessive about affluence or prestige. And I think that's why some of you may have an affinity to foreigners, especially like Tauruses within the black community. No offense. But like a lot of you, you tend to be really, like, especially in the islands, really obsessive with foreigners because you think that someone is from the United States or wherever, you think that they're wealthy. And that's not true. They're poor people from the States who come to the islands because they think it's going to be more, reasonable to live here because, you know, they think that it's cheaper because, like, they're going to think that just as you're going to think it's easier to live in the States. But it's pretty much hard to live anywhere under this fucked up loop, this fucked up system, okay? So stop be thinking that everyone who's from overseas, whether the Caribbean, a first world country, or Africa, stop thinking that foreigners are prestigious because they're able to take a flight to somewhere that's foreign to them. Sometimes people use their life savings to relocate and decide that they're gonna penny pinch and go by faith. So no offense, I'm just like, if this is not for you, it's just not for you. But I'm just aiding, people here to. This is how to transcend. So it's not gonna be me, soothing you or patting your back. It's pretty much me helping you, to discard of the frequencies that do not serve your highest good. So that's what I got for you, Taurus. Namaste.